Hey everybody, it's Atheist for the Cause here, and Antifa, an Antifa member I should say, decided to go on Fox News because that was a brilliant idea. So let's see what happened here.
For you. Kevin, who doesn't want to give his last name, represents the Antifa branch of Boston, claims he wrote that letter.
I'm not a big fan of Waters, but he can't even hold back his laugh because he's coming, showing his face, giving his first name, even gives his leadership title, and then says, I don't want to give my last name. You're really protecting your identity there, man, because, people can't figure it out if they want to.
He joins me now via Skype. So, Kevin, why don't you want us to use your last name? What are you afraid of?
You see what happened with CNN? They basically doxed that guy that made that.
Yeah, so not giving your last name isn't gonna stop, a company that has CNN type research tools from figuring out who you are. It's not even going to stop the average person that wants to track you down. Now, should people track you down? No, but give me a break with this last name crap. You told them you're a part of the Boston branch.
That GIF.
So you're afraid if your name is out there, people are going to come to your house?
Of course.
Okay.
Let
me ask you something quickly, because you told this to our
Kevin is clearly not the brightest tool in the shed.
producer. You said
or I should say sharpest tool in the shed.
Violence is what it takes to bring about our goals, so be it. What do you mean by that?
Okay, you're kind of taking my words out of context there.
Well, what did you say?
Just a second now, you claimed that I'm promoting violence. We only want violence in self-defense from aggression by these racists.
Oh, is that true? You only want violence in self-defense. They're going to show some stuff here, but I want to show what happened at the University of California, Berkeley, where some riots by Antifa took place because Milo Yiannopoulos was speaking. He gives speeches about, free speech and actions on universities and that are, false accusations, stuff like that, all kinds of stuff. But he's mainly promotes free speech. So that's what Milo Yiannopoulos is about. Let's watch them try to... This is apparently self-defense. And I'm gonna just go through and click different random parts so you can see how this event unfolded, because I'm not gonna play 13 minutes of it. Does it look like they're getting attacked at all? Okay, so they're not getting attacked, and yet they're marching on towards the university. They're yelling, "Shut it down," because of the speech. They want to shut the speech down. Now, does this sound like self-defense to you? Oh, that's nice. And they started the school on fire. And have some fireworks going on. Now, they're all cheering this fire. None of them are under attack. Oh, now they're going up and they're attacking the school. So they're knocking out windows and anything they can break, they're breaking. But this is somehow self-defense. Look how many there are.
Alt-right figure, a group in all black, covering their entire faces. It's the uniform of what's called ANTIFAs, anti-fascists, usually anarchists. They've broken out in a light riot. They're fireworks. They've toppled a light fixture. Milo Yiannopoulos' event has just been canceled by university officials standing at the top of the auditorium.
So this was so dangerous that it had to be canceled. Now, do these people look like they're being attacked? So I think I got my point across.
And xenophobes that come and attack us at our peaceful protests.
Who's been attacking you guys?
Racists, mostly. They're racist.
Klan
fascist,
members have been attacking you guys?
right-wing Trump supporters. Klan
Okay.
members fall under that category.
Okay, so how do you know they're racist if they're Trump supporters?
Because Trump himself is racist. He started his campaign on racism.
Oh, well, if Trump's a racist, then all of his supporters must be a racist. Clearly not very bright.
Yeah, because
First
we're
thing
looking
he
at some
says-
video right now. I don't know if you can see it, but we don't see a lot of hand-to-hand comment. We just see a lot of your crew smashing windows and lighting things on fire. How is that self-defense?
No, I can't see any video. I just got a blank screen here.
Okay, well, you got to take my word for it. Are you familiar with the violent actions that your group has perpetrated?
You got to take my word for it. It isn't self.
Yeah. I love how he tries to take Waters' words and then like use them against him. Wow, you really got him, Kevin.
Defense against right-wing aggression.
Was it in self-defense when you firebombed a limousine during the inauguration?
Yes.
Okay, because
Now listen to how this changes, his like whole phrasing changes. Like he has a couple of go-to phrases. Anytime you ask him if violence was in self-defense, he's always gonna say yes. And then when he figures out details of, you know, where he's harmed people that he's supposed to be helping, well then it's gonna change on whether it's actually his group or not.
the owner of the limousine is a Muslim immigrant. Were you aware of that?
Well, you know, a lot of violence committed by so-called Antifa members is actually committed by these right-wingers.
So he just argued that the firebombing of a limousine owned by a Muslim immigrant was self-defense. He learns that it was a Muslim immigrant victim, and now it's the right-wingers. They are, you know, infiltrating us, and they try to make us look bad by, you know, attacking these types of people.
Who basically seek to make us look bad.
Okay, so the Muslim immigrant who owned the limo that was firebombed was trying to make you look bad how?
I don't think he's the one that firebombed it. It's these right-wing infiltrators.
No, he didn't firebomb his own car. Like, I don't think are you on drugs or something, Kevin?
You see it all the time, all
okay.
over the
So
internet.
that
There's
wasn't
these
you
so-called
guys.
Antifa groups that have been...
What about...
I love how he cites, like, we're talking about, you know, physical actions, and he's, like, citing internet groups as reasons they need to defend themselves.
when an Antifa member stabbed a police horse in the neck with a knife, was the horse a racist Trump supporter?
Yes, so the horse...
When you thought, like... When you thought that you were asking a question so ridiculous that there's no way he was gonna say yes to it, the moment he says yes, what do you do? Where do you take the interview from here? Like, look at, and he's completely fucking serious.
I didn't know horses could vote.
You see, the horse is a tool of the police, and the police, under the Trump administration, have been increasingly intolerant, militarized, racist, and xenophobic. You see it all the time. there have been so many cases of unarmed black men and women, our fellow POCs, that have been attacked, shot, and killed by these racist policemen and police women under the Trump administration. They kill.
See, obviously this guy's a loser and an outcast in society. And it's kind of actually sad that, you know, these are, you know, people like him, they go to a group like ANTIFA to feel important, you know, or ANTIFA if you want to call them that. To feel important, to feel like they're doing something good and gain, you know, family, and it's just really sad. But then you look at the damage they're doing, and it's hard to feel too bad for them.
I think the police are actually trying to protect the safety of the citizens that you guys are causing mayhem in front of, but that's besides the point. Why can't you guys peacefully protest like Gandhi or Martin Luther King?
You see, we do peacefully protest.
Oh, yeah. There were like thousands of protesters in the recently for the G20 for Antifa, and it was so violent that they were attacking police to such an extent that hundreds of police had to go to the hospital.
In the case of Martin Luther King,
not from what I see on the video, but go ahead.
When they were attacked, they certainly defended themselves. When Martin Luther King was shot and assassinated, he
well, I'm not comparing you
Did he just get like a text message, and he's on Fox News and he just got like a text message or something, and in the middle of his point he just starts reading his text and stops his point, and they're like, oh my god.
To Martin Luther King, I was just saying maybe you should try to adopt some of their tactics. What is your goal, your bottom line goal?
Our goal, I like to keep it plain and simple. I like to say we want to smash the fash. And
so violence is your goal.
I mean all types of fascism, racism.
Okay, who's the fascist?
Of course, this is ironic because they act as fascists. If you don't agree with them, you get attacked. That's fascism. And they don't go around attacking each other, though, do they?
Mainly these right-wingers who attack us. They are all over the internet these days, and they've been emboldened by this.
Again, he fucking cites the internet. So they go around attacking people in person as self-defense for people on the internet.
Administration to show their faces in real life and come attack us.
So you guys are like a self-defense group. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Got it.
We are a self-defense group.
Who did you vote?
I don't think it's the people on the internet are coming together and attacking you guys. I think it's that you guys are going to cause trouble where they are, you know, holding rallies and things, and then they fucking chase your pansy ass off.
For in the election?
I voted for Hillary Clinton.
Okay. I'm sure she's proud to have you as a supporter. Well, I don't know if the Secret Service is...
Obviously, they're trying to paint all Hillary Clinton supporters negatively here, or they're trying to show that, you know, at least some Hillary Clinton supporters are violent, but you have to be careful not to take it to the extent that there are plenty of good Hillary Clinton supporters, and Hillary Clinton might have been a terrible candidate and all that, but her supporters voted for her for reasonable reasons, and, you know, most of society isn't as fucked up as this guy. So, you know, no candidate's perfect. They all have their problems, and so we vote for candidates on very many reasons, and you know, it can be a simple policy. A lot of people vote on one policy, you know. A lot of people just vote Democrat every time, or just Republican every time. I mean, you can't blame voters for the candidate's actions, or or, you know, a candidate being sexist or racist or whatever, if that's how you see him. You know, if you see this guy was violent, you can't blame, you know, you can't say that's something to do with Hillary Clinton and all Hillary Clinton supporters are violent. That's just not true.
Is watching, maybe they should take a closer look at you, Kevin. I appreciate you coming in to Water's World.
I wanted to vote for Bernie Sanders, but the
there's a bigger surprise.
Nomination was stolen from him, but I just could not let Trump take the presidency. You understand?
Okay, well, you know what? That's maybe the one thing you and I agree with. I think the primary was rigged against our friend Bernie. Thank you.
And I actually agree with that too. Now, the interesting thing about the Trump issue is that, and I'll post this if you want to read it, but Trump, you know, Trump was changed to Trump, and the reason it was by Trump's grandfather, President Trump's grandfather, and it seems to be the number one theory is to avoid persecution or prejudice because, you know, there was a lot of prejudice against the Germans around World War I in the United States. So he actually emigrated to the U.S. in 1885 and became a naturalized citizen in 1892. So when you attack Trump for his name, Trump, it's really disrespectful not to Trump but to the lineage and, you know, the ancestors. I don't get why people are so set on spitting on the graves of, you know, Trump's grandfather and pre-grandfather ancestors. It just doesn't, where's it getting them? It doesn't make any sense. It was never going to catch on. Like, the best thing you have to attack Trump about is a name that used to be in his family and was changed. It just, whatever. But, I mean, apparently, according to this ANTIFA member, this is all in self-defense. So, I mean, you know, you could go around and you can find a lot more of these videos where ANTIFA members are going around attacking and knocking out, like, old people that, you know, like 60s or older, just sucker punching them in the back and, you know, really risking killing some of these people. It was that serious. And then, like, I remember one where this older guy, after he was knocked out, they came up and started beating on him with sticks. I mean, they literally almost killed the guy. So, anyways, I'll talk to you guys later, but and remember this teacher as well, you know, she was all part of this Berkeley bullshit too. And she supports violence to a greater extent or as equal of an extent as this ANTIFA member does. So there's a long history of these people supporting violence. But anyways, have a good one, guys. And I just thought this video was pretty hilarious.